Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or maybe good evening. It is Wednesday, January 28, 2026. Wang time flies, doesn't it? I'm your host, San No, and welcome to our show. Today, as always, I'm super excited to introduce a trending article from our archive. I found something really cool. So let's dive right in. The title of today's paper is $10,000, a large-scale evaluation suite of security, resilience, and trust LLM-based UAVs over 6 networks. And you can find the code right here. That's the Galaxy. Orbis of old 601.18,754. I know. The title sounds super long and complicated, right? But don't worry. I'm going to break it down for you, and I promise it's going to be super interesting. So stick with me, okay? Let's start with the problem this paper is trying to solve. Imagine you have a drone, or a craft, and it's not just a toy you fly in the park. These are smart drones used for important stuff like disaster response, inspecting bridges, or even delivering packages. And get this, these drones are powered by large language models or LLMs. Yeah, like the AI you chat with, but inside a flying robot. So these AI drones can understand commands like, "Hey, go check out that building over there." And they figure out how to do it. That sounds amazing, right? But here's the catch. What happens if bad guys try to mess with them? Like what if someone hacks the GPS signal? Or what if they trick the drone's camera into seeing an obstacle that isn't there? Even worse, what if they send a confusing message that makes the AI do something dangerous? Until now, people have mostly tested if these drones can fly well or understand instructions. But nobody really checked. Hey, is this drone actually secure against hackers? Can it handle a cyber attack without crashing? Can we trust it not to do something crazy? That's the big problem. Existing tests were too nice. They assumed everything would go smoothly. Well, in the real world, especially with super fast 6.6 coming up, things can get messy. So the researchers created this thing called alpha3-SecBench. It's like a giant exam specifically designed to stress test these AI drones. They didn't just throw a few bugs at them. Oh no, they created over 20,000 attack scenarios. Can you believe that? 20,000. They attacked everything. The sensors, the cameras, the climbing logic, the network connection, even the AI brain itself. Now, let's talk about how this applies to our everyday lives. You might be thinking, well, Sam, I don't know a military drone, so why should I care? Huh? That's a good question. But think about it. We are moving towards a world where autonomous delivery drones might drop off your pizza. Our security drones might patrol your neighborhood. If these drones aren't secure, a hacker could hijack your pizza delivery. Okay, losing a pizza is sad. But imagine if a hacker took control of a heavy drone flying over a crowd. That's scary, right? This technology is all about making sure that when AI starts controlling physical things, like drones or self-driving cars, it stays safe even when bad people try to interfere. It's about building trust. We need that if the GPS goes wonky because of an attack, the drone is smart enough to say, "Whoa, something is wrong. I'm going to land safely now," instead of crashing into a tree. Okay, let's compare this to other technologies. Usually when we test AI, we test for accuracy. Did it get the right answer? Did it find the shortest path? That's like testing a student by asking simple math questions in a quiet room. But not every dollar set. It's like testing that student during a fire drill, but someone is shouting the wrong answers in their ear. It's a totally different level of challenge. Other benchmarks look at performance, but this one looks at security, resilience, and trust. Resilience means, can you keep working or fail safely when things go wrong? And trust means, are you doing what you're supposed to do and not making up fake actions? Speaking of security, Let me give you 3 examples of cryptography applications that are super important here. Cryptography is like the secret code that keeps information safe. Exemplicum? First, we have secure communications. You know, when you shop online or check your bank account, you see that little log icon in your browser? That's using protocols like cyberattack. In the drone world, this ensures that when the operator tells the drone to return home, nobody else can eavesdrop or change that command mid-flight. It keeps the conversation private and secure, but somewhat well. Next up is digital signatures. This is huge for preventing tampering. Imagine the drone receives a map update. How does it know the map is real and not a fake one sent by a hacker? A digital signature acts like a wax seal on a letter. If the seal is broken or looks wrong, the drone knows, haha, this data has been tampered with. I will use it. It proves where the document or data came from. Example 3. And finally, let's talk about blockchain technology. You might know it from Bitcoin, that is also used for managing contracts and data integrity. In a swarm of drones, blockchain can act like a shared and magical diary. If one drone spots a threat, it writes it in the diary because of cryptography. Hackers can't go back and erase that entry or fake a new one. It creates a history of truth that everyone can trust. So back to the paper. The researchers tested 23 different AI models. We're talking big names like Gemini, Claude, and Llama that put them all through this grueling exam. And guess what? The results were, well, kind of mixed. Some AI models were really good at saying, hey, I detect an attack. They noticed when the sensors were acting weird. But here's the funny part. Even though they detected the attack, some of them didn't know what to do about it. They would say, oh no, a hacker, and then just keep flying towards danger. Or they would try to fix it, but end up doing something unsafe. The best model they tested was Google MS Gemini 2.5 Flash. It got a score of about 57%. It was great at detecting attacks and usually landed safely. Even the best one wasn't perfect. Some models, like Black 5.3 were amazing at spotting the problem, but terrible at fixing it safely. They had high detection scores, but low resilience scores. And some smaller models just panicked and started hallucinating tools that didn't exist, like trying to use a magic shield button that isn't real. That's a trust failure. This paper really shows us that making an AI smart isn't enough. You need to make it street smart. You need to teach it to be suspicious, to double-check its senses, and most importantly, to prioritize safety when things get weird. It's a huge step forward for the future of 6 networks and autonomous agents. Now, that was a lot of info, wasn't it? But isn't it fascinating? We're literally teaching robots how to defend themselves against attacks. I think it's super cool. Anyway, that's all for today's trending article. I hope you enjoyed learning about alpha3-SecBench with me. This is Sun, now I'm signing off. Have a wonderful Wednesday, everyone. See ya.